Just dump it on the ground, Max. What's up, guys?
Most common question I get about my life.
Just let me know whenever you guys hear me.
How do you make money online? Well,
let me know when you guys can hear me on the broadcast, guys, and then we will get the party started. All right, you guys hear me, Mike? Okay, working good? Okay. So, what's up, guys? My name is Ty Zen. I started this cryptocurrency trading and investing channel nearly 5 years ago to share the mistakes and our journey with everyone back nearly 5 years ago before all the cryptocurrency craze started. Nobody knew what it was. And there was some channels like Mad Bitcoins and stuff like that. And Andreas Antonopoulos from Let's Talk Bitcoin that was talking about the technology, but no one was actually talking about how to trade and invest and make money from cryptocurrency trading and investing. So we started this channel back then to help people and share some of the mistakes that we've made with people in our journey. Because back then it was very confusing and it was very treacherous navigating the cryptocurrency waters. Okay, so and so I hope that in our broadcast we're able to help you guys navigate these muddy waters in crypto. Okay, so thanks for all the happy Father's Day wishes, guys. Thanks a lot, right? And I wanted to do this broadcast right now because I know that a lot of you guys are, you know, watching soccer and things like that. And in my opinion, I think it's a complete waste of time. Okay. Watching somebody else live their life and living their dreams will not help you get to your life and your dreams in life. Okay. It's not going to get you to the moon watching somebody else kick a ball around. Okay. So that's why I wanted to do this broadcast and help everybody on this. Okay. So Jag Mohan, he says, just wondering who's giving the thumbs down on the live stream. You know, who gives a shit? You know, screw them. They don't pay your bills. They don't pay my bills. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be trolls, right? Right. So don't worry about those people. Don't ever, guys. You know, one of the biggest mistakes that I ever made, the reason why it took me 4 decades to become a millionaire, guys, is because I was so goddamn worried about what other people think and say. You know, we live in I come from an Asian culture where everyone's always worried about saving face and not being shameful, not being embarrassed in public and stupid shit like that, you know. So it held me back. And I'm telling you guys, you know, when the shit hits the fan, none of those cocksuckers are going to be around anyway. Okay, so don't worry about, you know, those people that tell you that it can't happen, or the people that are bringing you down, because at the end of the day, when you're in a hospital like I was with 3 heart attacks, those bastards ain't going to be there. When at the end of the day, when, you know, you're locked up in a cage or something, those bastards ain't going to be there, right? So don't worry about who the haters are, okay? Right? Right? Yeah, that's right. Like Hourglass said, you know, let's do this shit. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Okay. So in this video, guys, I want to talk about why, you know, in 2012, 2013, I put nearly all my life savings into Bitcoin, but I'd be a damn fool to put it into Bitcoin, all of it into Bitcoin today, and why we're diversifying our money across different blockchain projects. Okay. And how we're doing it. And I want to talk about how we're diversifying so that it can benefit you guys also, okay? Now, the market conditions change, so we have to change and we have to adapt to the markets, okay? So one thing that you guys got to learn in trading and investing in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin is that we cannot change, as a trader, we cannot change what the market does. There's no way that we can change that unless, you know, you have a shitload of money or something. You're not going to be able to change what the market does, what if it goes up or if it goes down. That we know is a constant. Okay, there's certain things that we we need to be aware of when we step foot into the crypto market, in the stock market, in the Forex futures options market, any financial market that you can buy and sell stuff in, you have to be aware of what you can control and what you cannot control. Okay, so you and I cannot control how the market goes up, when it goes up, and how it goes up. You know, if it goes up fast, if it goes up slow, and we cannot control when it goes up. It might go up to the moon today. It might go up a year from now. It might take 10 years to get to the moon. We cannot control that. But here are the factors that we can control, right? So as a trader and an investor, we need to focus, right, on the things that we can control and the things that we have a direct impact in, okay? So let's just say that I have my portfolio, and I'm just going to use $10,000 as an example, guys. My portfolio is much bigger than $10,000, but I like to use $10,000 so that, you know, the folks who are watching, they can do the math easily. And I want you guys to do the math easily in your head, and so I can do the math easily in my head as we're talking, okay? Because if you guys have been following me for a while, you guys know that I'm not one of those Asian guys that's good in math and science. I dropped out of 5 different high schools, and I dropped out of college. So don't expect me to be good in math, okay? I know the math I know how to do arithmetic in trading and investing that makes me money, though. Outside of that, I don't know shit about math outside of that, okay? So let's say that we start with a $10,000 portfolio, right? I cannot control if the market goes up, when it goes up, and how fast it goes up or down, okay? But what I can control is what portion of my portfolio that I put into crypto, what portion I put into Bitcoin, what portion I put into Ethereum, and things like that. Mathematically, I have not seen it to be very profitable to put more than like 0.5% or 1% of your entire portfolio into one stock, one Forex pair, one commodity, or any of that, okay? Now in crypto, I have increased that for our Bootcamp clients. In 2017, I said that we can go up as high as 5%. In 2018, at the last Bootcamp that we did in April, I reduced it down to 3%. The reason why I increased it, even though I did not see that as being successful in the stock market or Forex market, is because the cryptocurrency market is not as efficient. It's still very, very inefficient. That's why we have these, 10x gains. We have these, 100% gains, 500% gains profit. And those gains we often refer to as like 1x for 1 times your money, or 5x, which is 5 times your money, right? So if I put $100 in and it grows to $600, I made a 5x return or a 500% profit. Okay, so that's how it's used. That's how the verbiage is used in cryptocurrency trading and investing. Okay, so even though I knew that was, I would never tell someone to do something like that in the stock or Forex or commodities market. I was telling our clients to do that in 2017 because the cryptocurrency market is still very inefficient. So we could get away with that, right? To maximize the returns. But I would never. And this year I reduced it to 3% maximum. And at the rate that the market is maturing and as it's becoming more efficient, I would say that by 2019 I would reduce that down to maybe even 2% of my entire portfolio, okay, in one crypto, okay? And then I would say like probably about 2-3 years from now, I would not go more than like 1%, okay? So when I say that 3% is the max, I'm saying that that's the max. I'm not saying that's the minimum. Like right now, I'll put something like 1/4% or 0.5% into something, and then I wait, and if it starts to go in my favor or the opportunity provides, then I'll increase my position, meaning that I'll buy more coins, but I will not increase it beyond like 3% to start a position. Now that position later on, I might start it with just 1% and it grows to 10%, 20% of my portfolio. But in the beginning, when I first put it into it, I'm not going to put more than that, simply because I've not seen the math to make that profitable. So if I haven't seen it, I'm not going to tell you guys that I've seen it. Okay, so just be aware of that. So that's just now that's something that we can control. We can control how much of our portfolio that we put into a crypto. Nobody ever talks about that shit, because most of these guys out there, they're not traders. from the traditional stock and forex and futures market, so they don't have a fucking clue about what position sizing or what bet size or any of the critical stuff. They're worried about stupid shit, technical analysis, and all the shit that they can't. You can't control that, right? Okay, so let's go back. So that's one factor that we can control, is how much of our portfolio that we can put into each coin. Now, a second factor that we can control in cryptocurrency trading and investing is what coins that we put it in. So right now, if you guys happen to be in front of a computer, I invite you to go to coinmarketcap.com. The link is in the description below this video. If you're driving or something, or you're working while you're doing this and listening to this and you're not able to follow along, then just be patient. I'll try to describe what I'm looking at so that you guys don't, in case you're not able to access a computer screen, okay? So go to CoinMarketCap, and it automatically sorts the entire list of 1,600 plus cryptocurrencies by the size of their market cap, with Bitcoin being number 1, Ethereum being number 2, Ripple being number 3, and Bitcoin Cash being number 4, and EOS being number 5, okay? And then so on down the line, okay? So if you guys just want to hold off on the questions, I'm going to pause like every 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to take questions. That way my eyes are not jumping back and forth between the cameras here and the screens. I got like 3 different screens running here, and I don't want to get confused and lose track, okay, and waste everyone's time, all right? So let's look at the first one, okay? Now, in the beginning, I put Bitcoin in. I'm also broadcasting from the on the Rise app also, so just be aware of that. If you happen to be on the Rise app, make sure that you guys jump on there, and I'll take questions from there too when question and answer time comes, all right? So first thing is, out of that $10,000, I would put a portion into Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin and Ethereum, okay, the number 1, number 2, are the only 2 that I would keep in my portfolio that's above 3%, okay? For the entire year of 2017, I don't remember having more than maybe 0.5% of my entire portfolio in Bitcoin, okay? I had like, I definitely had more than 3% in Ethereum, but I did not have more than 0.5% in Bitcoin. And some people say, oh, Ty, you're a fucking idiot. You're stupid. You should have had more Bitcoin in 2017. No, I shouldn't, okay? Bitcoin went up from 1,000 to 20,000 in 2017, okay? Meanwhile, coins like Decred went up like 40, 50x. So if I was in Bitcoin, I would only go up about 20x. In Decred, I got, I could have easily gotten, 40, 50x out of that. In Verge, I got like 90x out of it in like 2 months. And then in Cardano, I got like 40, 50x in like 2 months. So there's a lot of coins besides. Keep in mind, guys, when I first got into crypto back in 2012, 2013, I was a diehard Bitcoin maximalist, okay? I didn't like any other coins besides Bitcoin. But then, one thing that Leon, my business partner and my one of our trading team members, what he reminded me is, hey, man, we're here to make a shitload of money in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. We're not here to be a bunch of fucking goofy fanboys, okay? We're not here to change the world. We'll change the world after we make a shitload of money, okay? So like I'm sitting here helping you guys. This is how I'm changing the world, by investing my time, by giving you guys my time, okay? I don't have to do this. I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm doing this. This is how my give back is. I don't feed starving kids in Africa or in Asia or something. What I do is I share my knowledge and my experience and the mistakes that I made to get here, okay? On the path to becoming wealthy, you're going to step on a bunch of landmines, okay? I got my foot blown off over here. I got my toe blown off over here. I got shrapnel stuck in my ass still, right? And what I'm doing is that I think that my contribution to the world, my charity work to the world, is sharing the information that I've learned, the experience and the trading knowledge and the experience and the mistakes, the dumbass mistakes that I made to get to where I'm at today. I don't believe in giving money out here and there, because that shit is a one-time charity. I'd rather share the experience and the lessons I learned to get to where I'm at today, to become financially free on video, and then make it available to anybody out there to watch it. Okay, so and so that's what I'm doing here. Okay, so first thing is Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's the only two that I would have that's more than 3% of my entire portfolio, only because, not because it's better. Okay, there's no such thing in crypto as, Bitcoin is better than Ripple, or Ripple is better than Bitcoin Cash, or Bitcoin Cash is better than EOS. I don't believe in none of that bullshit, okay? Because the market is still too early for any of us to know, okay? That it's too early, right? Anybody that says, oh, Bitcoin is going to take over the world and blah, 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 Bitcoin makes up less than 40% of the entire market. When I first got into crypto, right, there was no such thing as getting into crypto, because when you got into crypto, the only thing that was available was Bitcoin. And so when you got into crypto, you were just basically getting into Bitcoin. Matter of fact, back in 2012, 2013, we didn't even use the words blockchain, or we used the words cryptocurrency or crypto, right? We just used the word Bitcoin. That was it. Like, hey, are you in Bitcoin? Did you get into, you understand Bitcoin? That means the technology. Or did you invest or trade in Bitcoin? That means the coin, the token. Nobody said blockchain. Nobody said cryptocurrency. It wasn't until after the market crash in 2014. Here's a quick history lesson for you guys, in case you guys are new. After the market crash, the longest and the biggest bear market and the market crash in Bitcoin, which is in 2014, 2015, you got a bunch of dumbasses out there that wanted to talk about Bitcoin, and they were ashamed, they were embarrassed. So they were like hiding, they were like, oh, I'm not going to mention Bitcoin, I'm just going to say blockchain. You got these fucking dumbasses out there that say, we're investing into, blockchain or distributed technology or all this other dumb shit, okay? They're full of shit, okay? They're full of shit. And one thing that people respect about our channel is we've been straight up. We've been the real deal. We keep it straight, and we're straight shooters to you guys. It's fucking Bitcoin, okay? It ain't fucking blockchains. It ain't none of this stupid shit that everybody keeps saying, okay? All these companies like Microsoft, Intel, IBM, and all these stupid-ass companies that talk about they're in blockchains and shit. It's fucking Bitcoin, okay? Now, that's from a technology perspective, okay? I was ranting, I was preaching on the technology podium there for a minute. I lost track and forgot that I'm here to make money, guys, and here to share with you guys how to make money. So I lost track and got that. To me, it just tickles me. I find it funny that these people, they want to talk about Bitcoin, but they're scared, so they call it blockchain, so that they won't be seen as, oh, hey, you're talking about something that crashed 70, 80%. That's the reason why the word blockchain came about, guys. Because you got these fucking coward-ass, guys, scared-ass motherfuckers out there that were afraid to talk about Bitcoin because they just crashed 70, 80%. And so they use the word blockchain. Those are fake-ass Bitcoin believers, those fake-ass cryptocurrency believers, and fake-ass blockchain believers, okay? So what I'm saying is that back then, Bitcoin, when I got into Bitcoin in 2012, 2013, it was like damn near 100% Bitcoin. Like there was no other, there's Litecoin, all this other shit made up less than 1 or 2%. If you guys go back on the, if you guys go to CoinMarketCap and you guys go back to 2012, 2013, the entire market cap of the entire cryptocurrency space was made up of Bitcoin. So that's why back then, when you guys hear me say that I put nearly all my life savings, right? I put all my life savings into it, but our lawyers say that I can't say that. So I have to say that I put nearly all my life savings, or almost all my life savings, because technically, if there's a penny out there that I didn't put in my life into Bitcoin, then I would be misrepresenting the truth, okay? The truth is that I put whatever I could. When I got, any extra dollar that I had, I went and put it into Bitcoin back then. Okay, that's the truth. Okay, so back then Bitcoin made up the majority of. There was no other cryptocurrency, guys. So it was very easy for me to say that I put nearly all my life savings into Bitcoin And it was a very easy bet because that was the only one, you know. So you might say, hey, Ty, didn't you violate your rule of putting more than 2 or 3% into an entire coin? Well, that was it. There was no other coin. There was names of other coins, but back then they didn't even trade $5,000, $10,000. I remember back when Leon and I first got into cryptocurrencies, if something traded more than $10,000 a day in volume, we were like, holy shit, this thing actually traded more than 10. And then when it started trading more than $50,000 a day, we were like, holy shit, look at this. It traded more than $50,000 in a day. And then when it started trading over $100,000 a day, we were like, holy shit, this is trading more than $100,000 a day. Okay. But back then it was not that easy. Like even if you want to put $100,000 into an altcoin back then, or into a different cryptocurrency besides Bitcoin, you could not do it because there was not enough volume. Okay, there's just not enough volume. You know, so a lot of people say, oh, Ty, you're lucky you and your team got into early. No, we're not lucky. We got raped by the markets. We got our ass slaughtered. Now, we lost our ass off trying to figure this shit out 5 years ago. So if you're listening to this today and you're getting in today in 2018, in the middle of 2018, you are fucking lucky as shit. You got me telling you all the mistakes that I made. And you're lucky as shit we got hardware wallets. You lucky as shit we got multiple exchanges to trade on. Back then, the only bullshit exchange we had was a bullshit exchange called Cryptsy, and we lost a shitload of money in the exchange because the owner of the exchange got hacked and he decided to just take everyone else's money, right, and take off, right? So me and Leon lost a shitload of money in a goddamn exchange where the owner took off with all our money. So the fact that you're getting in today, you're fucking lucky as shit that you're lucky. If I had a choice to get in 2012 or 2013 versus in 2017, 2018, right? I would get in today any day because the computer security is so much better, a million times better. Back then we had to store Bitcoins I had to store Bitcoins on a freaking hard drive, and then I took the hard drive and then I went and stored it and backed it up and tried to encrypt it and all kinds of shit. You know, I lost money doing that shit because I couldn't decrypt it. And I lost coins, right? I think I lost like $500,000 if I remember it correctly. You know, I might be off a little bit, but I think I lost like $500,000 worth of NXT, right? Just because I put it somewhere in one of the fucking hard drives I did, and I lost it. You know, I pulled it out of my computer and I lost it. I lost a password to it and everything. So if you say that, hey, you know, it sucks because, you know, you got into Bitcoin at $20,000 or $15,000, right? Well, first of all, why the fuck are you buying something shit that just went from $1,000 to $20,000? And second of all, right, you're still better off. Even if you bought Bitcoins at $15,000, $20,000, you're still better off with less risk than I did buying Bitcoins back in 2013 because there was nowhere to store it. There's nowhere to store it. Most people lost their Bitcoins from 2013 just simply because they didn't have a place to store it. Okay. But anyways, back to what I was saying here, guys, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum are the only two coins that I would keep. What I would have more than 3% of my portfolio because those are the coins that I need as inventory to buy other coins. What is it, Thina? Okay, yeah. So tell Max to help you. Okay, Daddy's on a broadcast right now. Okay, so those are the two right there, guys. Okay, so if you ask me, hey, Ty, why would you say it's okay to put more than 3% in Bitcoin and Ethereum? Because those are the two primary cryptocurrencies that's needed to buy all the other 1,600 cryptocurrencies. All right, so you need a position in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but you also need, you know, I would keep a position in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I would also have extra of it so I can buy the other coins that I need. Okay, so let me just pause right there and take some questions, guys. From if you guys have any questions on the Rise app, just raise your hand. If you have any questions on YouTube, just put it in the chat box real quick, and I'll take a moment to answer the questions. Right? Zeke Police asked when moon. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. We don't know when shit is going to moon, guys. Okay, nobody fucking knows that shit. Anybody that tells you they know when it's gonna moon or whatever, they're a bunch of fucking idiots. Okay. The way that trading and investing works, guys, whether you're in the stock market, the forex market, the commodities market, or in the cryptocurrency market, is that you set up traps and you set up fishing lines. It's like fishing and hunting. You cast your line out there with bait on it, with the proper bait. You tie the hook on properly. You put the bait on, and you cast it out there, and you sit and you wait. Okay. Anybody that tells you that, oh, they know when it's going to go to the moon, they're fucking idiots. And if they tell you that, tell them to watch this video at this exact time slot and tell them that Ty said that you're a fucking idiot. Okay. You don't fucking know when something's going to go up to the moon or not. But what we do know is that we are prepared. It's like, picture that you are sitting next to a river, okay? And you throw your hook in the river, and then you get another hook, fishing pole, and you throw it in another. I'm not going to necessarily say fishing pole, because in Vietnam, where I come from, we don't use fishing poles. We use lines, and we don't use poles, okay? At least I've not seen another Vietnamese person use fishing poles. We use a line, and we roll it up in a sewer pipe roll, and then a PVC pipe, and then we cast it out there, okay? But anyway, you cast one bait, one hook, one bait, and you cast another one, and another one, and another one, and you hope that the fish, when it flows down the across the river, that it sees your bait and it catches on. Sometimes it's a small fish, which is a small winner, and sometimes it's a giant fish that can feed you for several months, okay? And that's the goal of trading and investing, is that most people, when what they do, they make the mistake is that they put too much bait on one hook, thinking that this is going to be it. Like if I have 100 pieces of bait, I'm going to put it all on one hook. You know, I'm going to hook it all in and just throw this big old chunk of bait out in the river, out in the ocean, and I'm going to catch that big old fish that's going to feed me for a whole year. And that's not how trading and investing works. Trading and investing works by you take all that bait or all that money that you have, that $10,000 that you have, or that $100,000 that you have, and you take a small piece of it and you put it on the hook and you cast it out there, and you're hoping to catch a big fish with it. That's what you're doing. Now, obviously, a small hook can only sustain a fish so big. Like say if you use a very tiny hook that's that big, you might only catch a 2, 3, 4, 5 kilogram fish with that. Because if it's a bigger fish, it'll just rip the thing off, okay? So if you want to catch like a 500, 600 kilogram tuna or 600-pound tuna or bigger fish, then you got to use a bigger hook. So like when I started, I just used a small hook and a small bait because my portfolio was smaller and I couldn't afford to take that kind of risk and put it all in on one coin, except for Bitcoin, because that was the only coin that was available at that time, right? But now, you know, because my portfolio has gotten bigger, I'm able to use a bigger hook and use bigger baits, okay? So even though you and I might get into the same coin, right, more than likely my hook and my bait are slightly bigger than yours, only because I've had 5 years to grow my portfolio, whereas you might just be starting out, okay? So don't be upset about that, okay? So just realize that no one knows when it's going to moon. So anybody tells you that, they're full of shit, you know. Do you think Harvey Williams asked a great question here? Do you think newcomers should hold off to invest in crypto until next year? Absolutely not, dude. Absolutely not. If you look at it statistically, Bitcoin went from 20,000. You know, it usually crashes around 70-80%. Okay, so the market has already crashed, you know, like 70%, 70-something% already, depending upon how you look at it, right? So right now is the time to be buying. Right now is not the time to be selling or sitting on the sidelines. Right now is I would be selling anything I don't need in my house, right? I would put my kids to work. I would be working extra jobs, right? I would go get a second job. I'd be working nighttime, right? I would go and get extra money to buy up as much crypto as I can right now, because right now is buying season, right? So, hey guys, Daddy's on a broadcast, okay? Daddy's trying to make some money here, okay? Daddy's trying to make some money so I can buy some more gummy bears and more milk and stuff, okay? Give Daddy a chance, all right? So, when right now is not, guys, you got to make hay when it sun shines, right? When the opportunity is there. Like, I'm retired right now, right? Why am I still, you know, doing what I'm doing? It's because I worked my ass off to get here for 4 decades to get here, okay? And now that we're in the biggest bull market in human history, I'm not gonna like sit back and retire and chill out and goof off just because I've already made enough money to where I don't have to work anymore, right? I'm not gonna freaking do that, because you gotta go as a trader and as an investor. You have to go when the market dictates it. Like when the market is giving you an opportunity to buy, that's when you buy. When the market is giving you an opportunity to sell, that's why if you guys follow us, we were like one of the only few channels on the internet that was telling people to sell when Bitcoin was going from $10,000 to $20,000. We were telling people to sell, 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 sell. We were telling, and then on the pullbacks, we would tell people to buy small amounts. But we were the only. If you go back to our Twitter, right, and our videos, we were the only people that I know of that was telling people to sell when price was running up. Why? Because you got to take profits. You sell when you have a hungry group of buyers. All these people are trying to buy. That is the best time to sell. You need to sell $10,000 worth of coins. That's the best time to sell. You need to sell $100,000 worth of coins. That's the best time to sell. Is when you got a hungry horde of buyers. Okay, that's how trading works. You sell when there's a hungry group of people that want to buy your shit, and you sell it. Your coins, your stocks, your oil, your gold, your silver. That's when you sell it. Okay, you don't sell it when everybody's trying to elbow each other trying to buy. Okay, that's not, you know, when Bitcoin was running from $10,000 to $20,000, everybody and their mother was trying to elbow each other out the way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. I'm trying to buy some more Bitcoins. That's not the time to be buying, because you're trying to fight with all these people. They got more money, they just got more money and more buying power than you do. That's not the time to buy. That's the time to sell. Okay. And then right now, right, when everybody's scared like shit and ain't nobody buying, hey, let me tell you guys this, okay? I was fucking telling people to buy Bitcoins and crypto back in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. We've been telling people to buy. During the bear market of 2014, 2015, we were telling people to buy, okay? We were the first channel on the internet that I know of that was telling people to buy Ethereum during the crowd sale. Everybody thought we were nuts. Now they call us legends and heroes and OGs of crypto. Back then, they thought we were nuts, telling people to buy into Vitalik's project, okay? But you buy when the opportunity, when there's no pressure, there's no stress in buying. Like right now, when you buy, right, there's no, you don't have to elbow anybody out the way. You just, you know, calmly just go to your account, you type in your name, your username, you type in your password, right? Make sure you use a password manager, and you paste in your password, and then you go, and you just calmly buy whatever amount of coins you want, okay? Right? You don't, like if you're putting like 1% of your portfolio in, like let's say you have $10,000 and you need to put 1% of your portfolio, that's like $100. If it's like Bitcoin or Ethereum, they're so popular, like the top 10, 20 coins, they're so popular and there's so much volume that you don't have to worry. You can be patient. You can wait until the price turns around and goes back up, right? Before you buy it. Because all you're buying is $100. But if you need to buy like $10,000 worth of Bitcoins, or you need to buy $100,000 or $1 million worth of Bitcoins or Ethereum or any coin, you got to buy a little bit at a time. So let's say that I need to buy $100,000 worth of, let's say, Ripple or Bitcoin Cash or EOS or Litecoin. I'm going to buy a little bit today. Let it fall some more. I'll buy a little bit more. If it falls some more, I'll buy a little bit more. If it falls some more, I'll buy a little bit more. Right? I'm not going to go in with the whole $100,000 all at one time, because that is a dumbass move. Okay? You have to average in and then average back out. Okay? Real traders don't just go all in and go all out. Okay? So whenever you listen to someone that's buying like $1 million worth of crypto and they say, oh, I just click a button and buy and click a button and sell, they're a bunch of fucking idiots. Because that's not how you would never do some stupid shit like that in the stock market. Why would you do it over here in the crypto market? Okay. Now, the only time you would do that is if you go through an OTC trade desk. That's the only time you call them up, like Cumberland Mining or something. Or once we get our money service business licenses, right? After we get registered with each state and we get approved, then you can call us up and we can help you facilitate that transaction. But that's about the only time that you'll get a $100,000 or $1 million order filled on one transaction. Otherwise, if you use the regular exchanges like Binance, like Coinbase and stuff like that, you just get a little bit on the way in and sell a little bit on the way back out. Okay, that's how it's done. All right. So let me see. Let me see here. What's the question here? So, okay. So this time is a good time. I hope that answers your question, Harvey Williams, right? Anjam from London, what's up, buddy? Could you touch upon investing cryptos outside the top 100, which seems to have a good product platform? How would you approach this? Great question, Anjam, right? Here's the downside though. If you scroll down the list and you start going outside the list of the top 100 coins, if you're a small portfolio, like you only have like 10 or 50 or $100,000, right? You can get away with that. You can get away with investing something. The smaller the volume and the smaller the market cap, right? The more risky it is, and it's risky because of this, right? You can't get your orders filled. Let's say that someone has let's say a $10-20 million portfolio, and they need to put 1% into, or 2%, like 1% of a $10 million portfolio is like $100,000, right? So when you're trying to buy $100,000, let's just say that I want to get coin number 101 in market cap size, right? Or let me just say 100, right? So 100 is Z coin. It just so happens that I'm in Z coin, right? But let's say Z coin, $561,000 worth of Z coin was traded in the last 24 hours. Let's say that I need $100,000 worth of Z coin, Anjam. How am I going to get that? That's going to take several days, right? I have to buy like maybe 10,000 today, 10,000 later on in the day, like every hour, every few hours, buy 10,000, right? Because if not, I'm going to jack the price up. Right now, it's like $19.66. If I start go in there and just click a button and buy $100,000 worth of it, I'll probably jack up the price from $19 to $30, $40. Okay, I don't know what I have to look at the order book, but it's going to increase the price dramatically just with my order. So I never want to be the one that goes in there and moves the market with my order. So that's not something that is very safe, right? If you have a big portfolio. If you have a small portfolio, then it doesn't really matter. If you only need to get $100, $200, $1,000 worth of it, no one's ever going to notice. Like, it's like when you just imagine, guys, a pond, okay? And you throw a small pebble in there. If you throw a pebble, like this big, the size of an M&M into a pond, right? That's 100 meters wide. No, you're not going to notice the ripples. You're not going to notice any waves. You're not going to make any waves. But if you throw, let's say, a Lamborghini into that same pond, it's going to create a huge splash and waves are going to go everywhere and everyone's going to notice it. Okay. So yes, you can invest into coins outside of that when you have a small portfolio, but as you get bigger and bigger, that becomes very, very risky because there were some coins that we invested into before. And then when the market ran up in 2017 and we needed to sell it to take profits, we couldn't. Like there were some coins I needed to sell and take $200,000-$300,000 worth of profit out, and it was extremely difficult. And I realized, man, it seems good that you made hundreds of X in ROI. You made 100X or something, but then if you can't cash out, you can't sell it. Then did you really make 100X? You see what I'm saying? So just be very careful about that. Like if you think that coin is going to go up and it's outside the top 100, you have to ask yourself, are you okay with the low liquidity? Okay. Nowadays in our team, because of the size of a portfolio, we have to focus on liquidity. That's like the first thing. Like before we even consider, is this coin worth putting money into? We have to ask ourselves, right? Is there enough liquidity for us? That's why some coins I cannot put 1% of my portfolio in or put 0.5% of my portfolio. I can only put 0.25% or 0.1% in simply because there's not enough volume there for me to put a bigger amount in, no matter how much I like it. Okay, so just be aware of that. The other thing too is Let me see. You know, I wish that this the comment section in the I waste so much time in the comment section. If you guys have a better idea for me, please let me know. Because this comment section, I leave it there, and then when somebody puts a question in, it jacks up the comments and it won't stay in one place. And it's like every time I look at it to see what the next question is, it's like it's not in the same place, and I got to scroll through it, and it doesn't always appear to be in the same sequence. Okay. If there's a way I can just look over, see what the question is, and then come back and answer, that would be so much more efficient. Right. Hourglass says, what coins are we invested into? Whatever we talk about, normally we invest into it. Jack Mohan Rawat asks, why are all the ICOs need shitload of money these days? More precisely after October, November? Well, the reason why all the ICOs need a shitload of money is because the public is willing to give it to them. Okay, so if the public is willing to give you money when you ask for it, why would you stop asking for it? You know, when originally when we've gotten to the ICOs back 4 or 5 years ago, you know, they were only raising $2, $3, $4, $5 million. And then when one project raised $3 million, the next project tried to see if they can raise $4 million. Next project tried to raise $5, $6 million. Next project tried to raise $20 million. And then each one was trying to outdo the other one because the public kept giving them money. It's simple. That's how the market works. If the market keeps giving these projects money when they ask for it, well, then they're going to continue to ask for it. Okay. Was EOS, supposedly EOS raised $4 billion because if you asked for $4 billion and the market was willing to give it to you, you would take it too. So don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, that's how the market works. Okay. I mean, I didn't make that shit up. That's just how it works. Okay. So, and then Jag Mohan also asked, what do you think about VC involvements in projects, getting in during seed rounds and exploiting the system? The question there is that, you know, it seems like you're concerned that it's unfair. Hey guys, it's always going to be unfair. Okay. If you think that the market is ever going to be fair to you, you need to wake up and smell the coffee. Okay. Because the market is never going to be fair. Okay. What's up?
I finished cleaning.
You finished? Okay. Hold on, guys. I clean my daughter's butt real quick. We didn't flush the toilet. Okay. Flush the toilet. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So I hope that answers your question, guys. Don't worry about if it's unfair. Hey guys, check this out, guys. When you guys are in crypto, right? And it's not just crypto, but in stocks and anything, right? Don't worry about what somebody else makes. Don't worry about what Tim Draper or what Barry Silber, if they got in early, or don't worry about none of that shit, because that's not shit that we can change. That's not something we can control. Remember how I talked about earlier in this broadcast that we want to focus on the things that we can control and ignore the things that we cannot control, right? We cannot control if somebody gets in ahead of us. If we buy, you know, when I bought my first Bitcoin, I think it was like around 160 bucks. Somebody else bought it at 150. Somebody else bought it at 100. Leon bought his at $40, right? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit what other people make and what other people, you know, like there's people that ask, you know, how much do I make? Who gives a shit? However much, if I make $1 million or $100,000 or $10, You're not going to get any of it. Who gives a shit? The only thing that matters, okay, is what you make. That's all that matters. It's what you make. It's not what these VCs make, okay? I don't pay attention to what the VCs, the thing that I pay attention to is what projects they're in, so that lets me know to take a look at that project. If somebody's willing to put, $1 million, $2 million into a project, they're putting their money where their mouth is at, right? But keep in mind, that $1 million that they put into that project, it might come from their $1 billion portfolio. That might be like you putting in $10 into a project. That might not be a big deal, okay? So who gives a shit, okay? Now, the other thing too, Bitcoin Plug asked, what about Gladius? I haven't looked at Gladius recently. I've just been, lately I've been focusing on this, the securities tokens and the EOS and things like that. So I'm right now, I just don't know what the, the projects I get into, guys, for tax reasons, because I don't want to pay short-term capital gains tax, because if I have to pay short-term capital gains tax, it's a lot higher than the long-term capital gains. So every position I get into, I try to hold on to it for at least a year or more, so I pay less taxes on it in the U.S. Okay. Now, some of you guys might say, you guys don't have intentions of paying taxes. I'm in the U.S., so we're public figures, so I gotta pay attention to the tax laws here. Okay. Hey guys, can you guys go talk over there? Can you guys go play over there? Okay. Thanks. Okay. So what do you think about people predicting a year-long bull market throughout 2018? I'm hesitant buying up alts now, or even averaging in. Why not? Why are you hesitating? The hesitation, guys, anytime we're hesitant about something, right? The Bible says, be hot or be cold. Don't be lukewarm. Don't be in the middle, okay? Whenever someone tells me they're hesitating or they're reluctant to get into crypto, there's only one reason for that. There's absolutely only one reason for that hesitation or that reluctance or that unwillingness to get in. Or, hey guys, go play on the other side, guys. The reason for that, guys, is usually because they don't understand. They really don't understand the value of this new technology, okay? Of this new Bitcoin technology, this cryptocurrency, this blockchain. They really just don't understand it, And if you really don't understand it, I invite you to go listen to Andreas Antonopoulos or somebody else like that. That's a reliable technology source, right? That understands the technology and really, really understand it. Go watch James D'Angelo's Bitcoin Blackboard 101 series. Those are from like 2013, 2014. They're still valid today. Those are some of the best videos on the planet regarding Bitcoin, right? When you go there, tell them I sent you there. Okay, so whenever someone's hesitant about it, it's usually because they don't fully understand the value, and that's why they're hesitant. Okay, let me see. Hourglass says that, in my opinion, Neo is the next Ethereum. Hey guys, go over there right now. Why you guys, every time you guys see me broadcasting, you guys come over here and make the most noise? Why don't you guys do it over there? We have a big house. Go over there. If not, I'm going to sell this house and get a smaller house so that we're all living in the same room and be real Asians. Okay? All right. So, Neo is better than Ethereum or the next Ethereum. Who cares? Who cares if Neo becomes the next Ethereum? Okay? Who cares? Guys, the reason why we diversify across multiple blockchains is because we don't know which one is going to go to the moon. That's the reality. Nobody fucking knows. Okay? If anybody tells you they know for sure, if they're so fucking certain, like, why don't they go and sell their fucking house and take all their money and put it into their house, sell their fucking car, put it into their house, sell their Rolex watches, and put it all on? Like, if you were that convinced, why aren't you putting everything on the line? Right? The reality is because you don't fucking know. That's why. That's the reason why you don't fucking know. That's the reason why you're not taking a loan out on your house. You're not selling your dog. You're not, cutting out all your drinking and alcohol. That's the reason why you're not stopping smoking weed, right? And so that you can put all your money into it, into that coin that you believe is going to go to the moon. Nobody fucking knows. What we do know is that if we place a small bet on this coin, on this coin, on this coin, on this coin, if one of them does 100x, that's all we need. We don't need all of them to do 100x, guys. Listen up, guys. The majority of our wealth, on every one of our team, the majority of that wealth, right? We put money into dozens and dozens of coins. And the majority of our wealth came from just 2-3 coins. That's it. That's it. Okay? And that's how the game is played. Same thing when you're in the stock market, right? When you're in the stock market, right? When I'm coaching my stock trading students, when I was coaching them, right? 2/3 of their trades did not make money. 34% of their trades made money. And out of that 34%, 29% of them were just like barely above break even. And then out of every 100 trades, there would be 4 or 5 trades that made like 80% of the money. Okay, that is how trading works, guys. Okay, these idiots out there that tell you that every fucking trade makes money or every investment makes money, they're fucking full of shit. Those guys don't even fucking trade. Anybody that tells me that, I will tell them you're full of fucking shit. I don't give a fuck how much money they have. I don't care if they made $10 million. Okay, you guys got to be careful. There's these idiots out there, these clowns out there that made a shitload of money because they got into Bitcoins early, or they got into crypto early, and now they're fucking goddamn stock and investing wizards. They're like fucking experts and geniuses. But when you tell them, hey man, if you were so good at this shit, why the fuck didn't you goddamn trade stocks, futures, and forex and options before crypto came along? Oh, wait a minute. You mean to tell me you ain't never traded a goddamn day in your life, but then Bitcoin comes along and now all of a sudden you know how to trade? You're a fucking cocksucking liar. That's what you are, right? That's those guys. I don't believe that shit for one fucking minute, right? When I talk to these traders, when I go to the conferences and I meet these traders, I just ask them, man, hey man, where did you learn your trading from? And they say, oh, I do this technical analysis. I said, okay, what broker did you use? If they can't even tell me a fucking broker that they use in the traditional stock, futures, forex, and options market, right? How the fuck did you learn how to trade? Because it takes time to learn that. You know, you must have made some mistakes. How can you just jump into trading and all of a sudden be right and start just making money if you had the real skills? If you don't have the skills to do that, then that was just luck. And that's not something that can be repeated consistently. And that's something that, you know, like the stuff that we share with people, the stuff that we teach inside the cryptocurrency investing blueprint that we have that's on pre-sale right now, that's stuff that we learn from the stock market, that our team learned from trading stocks, that our team learned from trading futures, from trading forex, from trading options. And then we got into it, and that's from 5 years of trading crypto also. And then we condense that and combine all that into the blueprint so that we can share it with everyone, our knowledge, our mistakes, and our experience, so that people can learn, the serious traders, you know? So whenever somebody says that they got into crypto, but they never traded stocks or futures or forex or options before, it makes me wonder, like, where the fuck did you learn your trading skills from? Where did you learn it from? You know? Okay. So I hope that answers your question, Hourglass. Don't be so focused on one. Okay. Now, okay. All these other questions I see that's coming up, it's all about, hey, is this coin better than this coin, or is that coin better than that coin? Okay. I'm going to stop that right now, guys. Okay. I'm not going to answer 100 of those questions. Okay. Because more than likely, if you're telling me that NEO is better than Ethereum, more than likely you own NEO. If you're telling me Bitcoin Cash is better than Bitcoin Core, more than likely you own Bitcoin Cash and you want it to go up. So you want me to reinforce what you guys are thinking or what you guys are holding to make you feel good, okay? This channel, guys, is not about feeling good. This channel is about doing the real fucking shit that people don't want to fucking do to get financial freedom, okay? This is what this channel is about. If you want to fucking feel good, go watch comedy, go watch the bullshit, you know, go watch somebody else's life to make you feel good. This channel right here, guys, cryptocurrency.market, is not about feeling good. Feeling good happens after you make a shitload of money and you don't have to clock in 9 to 5 no more. You know what I enjoy the most about being financially free, guys? Every fucking morning, I don't have to wake up to the goddamn fucking alarm clock. That's what I like. That to me is a million times more valuable than having a goddamn Ferrari or a supercar or a Lamborghini or any of that dumb shit. Okay? The fact that I can sit here and talk to you guys in my fucking underwear and stop and go clean my daughter's butt when she takes a crap, you know, that to me is more valuable than any of that shit. Okay, so I just want you guys to be aware, guys. Okay, what's important in crypto? Okay, here's the thing, guys. I want to talk about. I want to make a shift for a moment so I don't forget. Okay, because I'm getting distracted by some of these questions. Okay, they're the same questions. Okay, is coin A better than coin B? All that shit. Okay. Okay, so let me talk about why I'm invested into some of these coins so that you guys understand. Okay. First of all, Bitcoin is the first blockchain. Okay. So I'm going to invest in that. I'm going to put money into that. Now, I'm also going to put money into Ethereum because it was the second blockchain 2.0 project, meaning that when I diversify across multiple blockchains, guys, one of the things I do is I make sure that it's not the same blockchain. Okay, so for example, like Bitcoin and Litecoin and Dogecoin, to me, those are all the same blockchain. Okay, now keep in mind that I do have money in Litecoin, I do have money in Dogecoin, I do have it in there, but it's for completely different reasons. This video is about why I diversify across different blockchains. I do not personally consider Litecoin, Dogecoin, and Bitcoin to be different blockchains. I consider them to be the exact same chain. Okay. The reason is because it's the same fucking shit. They just hit copy and then they paste it and boom, there goes Litecoin. It took like 5 minutes, right? We talked to Charlie Lee in 2014 when we met him at the Texas Bitcoin conference. I tweeted out some pictures. We sat there and ate lunch together at the conference, right? And he said, yeah, I spent like 5 minutes, changed a few lines of code, and boom, Litecoin was born. Okay, Dogecoin, same thing. You can watch our video where we interview the founder of Dogecoin, Jackson Palmer, right? And he what do you call that? He took him a few minutes and he created Dogecoin, and all he did was copy and paste Bitcoin. Okay, so I don't necessarily consider those blockchains a different blockchain. I consider just a copy and paste of Bitcoin. Okay, so anything that is made off of the Bitcoin Core implementation or the Bitcoin Core chain, to me, that is just a copy and paste coin. That's not a new blockchain. Okay, Ethereum was the second blockchain 2.0. The first one was NXT. So that's the reason why I have money in NXT, right? Because it's a completely new blockchain. Like NXT was the first blockchain that was not a copy and paste of Bitcoin's blockchain. So I put a little bit of money into Bitcoin. I put a little bit of money into NXT, right? The NXT Ardor blockchains, that's a small chunk of money because they have nothing to do with Bitcoin. They have nothing to do with Bitcoin. It's radically different, okay? So is Ethereum. Ethereum is a smart contract blockchain. It's completely different from NXT. It's completely different from Bitcoin. The blockchain is not the same. It's not the same technology. It has the same concepts. It has the same ideologies. It has the same philosophy, but the construction of each of those blockchains are completely different, okay? So now, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, those are all the same blockchain, okay? Now, do I have money in Bitcoin Cash? Absolutely I do, okay? Because I don't know which one's going to win. I don't know the civil war between Bitcoin Core and Bitcoin Cash. I don't know. Nobody fucking knows. Everybody that's on the Bitcoin Core side swears up and down that they're going to win the civil war, right? The Bitcoin civil war. Everybody that's on the Bitcoin Cash side swears up and down they're going to win the Bitcoin Cash civil war, right? The Bitcoin civil war. Nobody fucking knows, right? And here's how you hedge your bets, right? You don't have to pick sides. We're here to make money, guys. If you're here to feel good or you're here to participate in political drama, unsubscribe, unfollow, and go the fuck somewhere else. That's not what this channel's for. This channel's for making life-changing money in cryptocurrencies. okay? Making life-changing profits so that you can change your life. So you don't have to wake up to the goddamn alarm clock. We were not put on this earth, guys, to be subservient and to be a slave to the goddamn alarm clock, okay? We were not born into, God did not create us into this earth so we can sit in traffic, in Atlanta traffic or Los Angeles traffic or New York traffic or be stuck in a subway smelling gas fumes, okay? That's not what we were put on this earth for, okay? We were not put on this earth to do that stupid shit, okay? So that's what this channel is about. Our channel is to get away from that stupid shit, okay? This channel is not about feeling good or who's going to win the soccer game or who's going to win the football game. Fuck all that shit. That shit doesn't change our lives. That shit doesn't pay our bills, okay? Now, so we put a little bit in Bitcoin Cash. It's the same goddamn blockchain, okay? And may the best team win, okay? Now, EOS, I recently got into EOS. I didn't like it. I didn't like EOS in the beginning because they were just raising too much money. And this is where one of the mistakes that I made, okay, that one of the mistakes that we made as a team was that we were so used to, because we were old school, people call us the OGs of crypto, and we were used to doing ICOs where they're raising 5, 10, maybe 20 million, maybe 30 million. But when an ICO is trying to raise $100 million, $200 million, $1 billion, that shit was getting fucking retarded, okay? And the mistake we made was that, hey, we didn't adapt quick enough. That's the mistake we made, guys. We as a team did not adapt quick enough, right? The market, when we saw that Filecoin was raising $200 million and then Tezos started raising $200 million and then fucking EOS came along, they were raising several $100 million. We should have caught on that the craze, okay? Everybody is elbowing their mom, their grandmother, and their aunt out of the way to get into this shit. And regardless of what we think, right, we should have seen opportunities to make money there. Instead, we were sitting there like a bunch of, with our jaws dropped, like, why the fuck did this project just raise $200 million? Or why did this project raising $1 billion, right? Instead of, right, being stuck like a deer, frozen like a deer out in the middle of the street when the headlights are shining in their face, right? We should have adapted as our team and profited from those events, but instead we didn't, okay? So recently I got into EOS because it's a different blockchain. It's completely different. So no matter how far down the wrong road you go, guys, turn around, turn back. So we made a mistake. I made a mistake not getting into EOS a year ago. So how do I recover from that mistake? I look to get into it now. Now, obviously, right, I get into it now. I still get into it with a small position because I don't know what the hell is going to happen to it, right? So I get into a small position because it's a completely different blockchain than Ethereum. It's completely different from NXT. It's completely different from the Bitcoin blockchain. It's so radically different, right? Now, whether that difference makes it successful or makes it a failure or not, I don't know. I don't know. Nobody fucking knows, guys. I keep saying this over and over, but the people keep asking me all the time, is this going to go to the moon? Nobody fucking knows, okay? I don't want to sit and lie to you guys, right? So I'm putting a small bet. I'm placing a very small bet in case it works out. If I'm wrong, I lose a small amount that I can afford to lose. My kids are still going to get their diapers. The toilet's still going to work. We're still going to live in this big house. I'm not going to have to downsize to a freaking village or to a one-room hut like I was living in when I was in the refugee camps in Malaysia when I left Vietnam as a refugee. I'm not going to downsize to a one-room hut or something, grass hut, okay? I'm still be able to live my same lifestyle if I'm wrong on this EOS, okay? And that's how it should be, guys. You place a small enough bet to where even if you're wrong, is it going to hurt you? Are your kids going to be starving? Are they going to be running around naked in school because they ain't got no more diapers, okay? You got to make sure that it doesn't hurt you and your family. Now, if you're single, man, I would sell everything I own. If I was single today, my wife hates it when I say that, right? She's like, oh, why do you want to leave? Why do you want to be single again, right? But if I was single today, guys, right, I would sell every fucking thing I have. I would sleep on the floor, and I would put all my money into crypto because this is an opportunity for me to break the financial chains, okay? I'm telling you that there's fucking goddamn cocksuckers out there, the fake-ass crypto believers, the fake ass Bitcoin believers, the fake ass blockchain believers that will tell you, oh, they don't want to tell you to buy during this market crash. I'm telling you guys, I ain't fucking afraid to tell you guys because I know what this technology can do for the world. Okay, I'm not like these fucking goddamn what do you call that? That it's a fad. Let's talk about Bitcoins. We've been talking about this shit for 5 years. Okay, it ain't gonna stop here, guys. I'll be talking about this shit 10 years from now. Okay, all right. So that's the reason why we got into EOS. It's a different blockchain. Now here's another one, guys. Ripple and Stellar are in the enterprise banking bucket. Okay, they're in that category. So I have a little bit of money into those coins, right? Like Ripple. People say it's centralized. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Okay, some people say it's centralized, some people it's not. When I was doing the research, I'm talking to people. The guys that know Ripple say it's not centralized, right? Does the company Ripple Labs own a large portion of the coins? Absolutely. Do I care about that? Fuck no, I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit how much they own, right? Like I said, guys, I don't worry about what the next guy owns. I worry about myself because you can own 80% of the Ripple coins out there. I don't give a fuck. As long as the Ripple coins that I own, the Ripple tokens that I own go up in value and I can feed my family, that's all I give a shit about. If you make $1 billion and I only made $100,000, I don't give a shit because that $1 billion that you make, it ain't gonna pay my bills anyway. People need to let go of this bullshit about everything has to be fair. The world is not fucking fair, man. You know, it's not fair for me to have to grow up in a small ass fucking goddamn fishing village in Vietnam that has no running water, no paved streets, no fucking toilets. I have to squat outside and take a shit, right? It's not fucking fair that I'm 6, 7 years old and Americans are dropping bombs all over my fucking village, okay? It's not fucking fair that my dad had to try to cut his fucking finger off so he can't shoot a gun so that they don't recruit him into the military. It's not fucking fair that I, leave Vietnam in a boat that my dad stole from the communist government, and then we get shot, my dad gets shot out in the ocean, and we get pirated. That's not fucking fair, okay? The world is not fucking fair. It's not fucking fair that I had to go live in a refugee camp in Malaysia for nearly a year and a half, right? And fucking chase after lizards and birds and fish and shit on the beachfront and scrounge for food. My stomach was touching my back every fucking day, and because I was hungry, so goddamn hungry. It's not fucking fair, guys. Life is not fucking fair, okay? Right? So if you come into crypto thinking that, it should be fair, I should make the same amount of money as him, or I should make the same amount as her, or whatever. Life is not fucking fair, okay? Deal with it and make your money and fucking go home and take care of your family and kids, all right? Stop worrying about what the other person makes or what they do, okay? Stop worrying about that, okay? That's not gonna pay your bills, all right? All right, so Ripple and Stellar is a separate blockchain project that I put a small bet on. Okay, next one is Cardano. Okay, Cardano is also another coin. Now, keep in mind, guys, right? Full disclosure, I invest in the coins that I talk about. Okay, I'm not one of these fucking stupid ass YouTube channels that talk about a different goddamn coin every goddamn day. Okay, there's no fucking way I have enough money to put money into every goddamn coin, or do I want to? Okay, so how these, I don't know, man. Some of these fucking channels, they talk about a new coin every goddamn day, right? And it's like, there's no way you're putting money into all these coins, right? So why the fuck are you even goddamn researching it for if you're not going to put money into it? Or why are you even talking about it for if you're not going to put money into it? Did someone pay you to talk about it? I don't know. I don't know these questions, okay? Anyways, Cardano, full disclosure, we are a huge fan of Charles Hoskinson because he helped make Ethereum successful. Many of you guys don't know that. He was one of the early founders of Ethereum. When the Ethereum crowd sale was going on in 2014, the only two faces that you saw that was associated with Ethereum was Vitalik and Charles Hoskinson, okay? You got a bunch of haters in the Ethereum community that hates him, okay? But I don't pay attention to that shit because I was there since the beginning. Our team was there since the beginning. We know who Charles Hoskinson is. We don't let these fucking dumbass trolls from Ethereum tell us otherwise, okay? Because we were there since the beginning, okay? So we invest in anything that Charles does. I don't give a shit what he does, okay? The dude is talented. You have to develop the keen sense, guys. You see how my eyes are all fucking squinty and shit because I'm Asian? Okay. It doesn't fucking matter how squinty these eyes are. What's important is that these eyes can recognize fucking talent in crypto when these eyes see it, you know. So some of you guys out there that are white, that are black, that are Hispanic, that's watching this, and you motherfuckers got bigger eyes than me, okay? Great. You should fucking see talent clearly, even more clear than I do. Okay. So Charles Hoskinson is going to go down in history as one of the best fucking blockchain engineers on the fucking planet in human history. Okay. So that's why I'm going to invest into his project. Okay. So Cardano is a completely different blockchain. It's not a clone of Ethereum. It's not a clone of Bitcoin. It's not a clone of any blockchain. It's a brand new, from scratch, built from scratch blockchain. So because of that, we're going to invest into it. Okay. So we're going to place a small bet into it. All right. Number 9 is IOTA. Okay. Now, keep in mind this, guys. David Sustaban, okay, and I have worked together. The founder of IOTA and I have worked together, okay, when we were in the NXT project together. We tried to set up the NXT Foundation. You know, he and I never had any differences, okay, but he did have some differences of opinions against other people that was helping build the foundation. So things split apart and he went on and did his own thing, okay? And one thing led to another. He ended up starting IOTA, okay? Now, IOTA is a different blockchain. So that does meet the requirement that I would put money into, okay? However, I don't have any money into IOTA because of several reasons, okay? And the main one is computer security, okay? And storage, okay? That's something else I forgot to mention to you guys, right? If I am not able to put the coins, like, you know, when you start out with like $5,000, $10,000, you may not think a big deal about computer security, but when your portfolio gets bigger, right, I have to protect the wealth for me and have to protect the wealth for my 3 kids, right, that I'm going to leave to my 3 kids. I can't afford to be jacking around, okay? So what happens is if I get into a crypto, if I cannot put it onto a hardware wallet, right, then more than likely I'm not going to consider it, okay, because there's too much at stake. You know, I can get away and take a risk of putting $100, you know, on a laptop or some bullshit like that. I cannot afford to take the risk of putting $100,000 or $1 million or $10 million onto a computer. I have to have hardware wallet support. So that's another criteria that I forgot to share with you guys earlier before I started going down the list here of coins, is that if it cannot fit on a hardware wallet, more than likely, I'm not going to be interested into it. Okay. I'm not going to be. Now, EOS does not have hardware wallet support yet. Now, as an Ethereum ERC20 token, I can put it onto a ledger, right? But just be careful. That's why I only put a small. The ones that is a different blockchain, if I want to get into it, then I place an even smaller bet on it. So, for example, like Ethereum, I know I can put that on a hardware wallet, but EOS, I cannot put on a hardware wallet, or IOTA. If I do decide to get into it, I'll place a very, very small bet. I will not put a very big bet size on it. I'm not going to place a big chunk of money into it simply because the risk is too much. At this point, and that was before, but at this stage in my trading and investing career, I will not take that kind of risk because that's you know, 1% now is a lot of money for me. It's not like it used to be where it's just $100 anymore. Okay. So I cannot afford to do that. Okay. So I'm not going to go into IOTA simply because there's too many reports online that say that people transfer their money, their tokens, and they don't ever see it again, and they lose it just by transferring it, right? And I've read a few reports by computer programmers. There's one report, I forget what the name of the guy is, but he detailed an accurate report of IOTA and how he tested it, and he was a computer programmer, right? And he was showing the code and all the testing, and he documented it in his blog post. And after I read that, I was like, nah, I'm not going to waste time. Hey, it should not be that hard, guys. Look, you guys are trying to do, you want to do the least amount of work and get the most return out of it, okay? For me to go through and do all that research about IOTA to make sure that I transfer my tokens to the correct and safe place and everything, that's too much fucking work. I'm just going to move to the next coin on the list, okay, and take a look at that, all right? I'm going to pause here at IOTA before I go on to other blockchains just to see if there's any other questions real quick, guys. So if you have any questions, drop it in the comment box right now, okay? All right, so dude, I hate the way the comments jump around. Fucking takes me forever to read what the comments, where to keep track of where the comments. Uh, okay. Um, I'm trying to. The goddamn questions just run out of order, guys. Okay, Harvey William asked a good question here. He asked, hey, Ty, you got into a lot of great ICOs over the years. Do you think that there is still a lot of opportunity in ICOs over the next few years to come, or has that ship sailed? Okay. Okay. The answer to that question is yes, the ship has sailed on ICOs. But however, he asked, basically, are there still any opportunities in ICOs? In my opinion, the answer is not much there. However, if we rephrase the question that Harvey just asked, that Harvey Williams asked, and say, you got into great cryptos over the years, do you think that there's still a lot of opportunity left in cryptos over the next few years? The answer is absolutely yes, guys. Absolutely yes. Guys, it only takes one coin that does 100x in your portfolio, and you're good to go, right? You are good to go, okay? That happens twice. That happens twice for you, and man, you're financially free, okay? Or you should be. You're doing it right. So the ICOs, guys, the problem with the ICOs and why we haven't looked at very many ICOs in the last few months, that's why I don't understand like some of these YouTube channels that are talking about new ICOs all the fucking time. I'm like, what the fuck are they thinking, man? Like there's all kinds of regulation and scrutiny from the SEC about the ICOs. Why the fuck are you sitting there talking about them? And why is that ICO project even trying to do an ICO during all these regulatory uncertainty? Like, what does that tell you about the project that they're stupid enough to go and do this shit while all this uncertainty is going on? Okay. So I don't understand that. Okay. Don't you think it's Adams Durham's asked, don't you think it's better to use Ethereum as only a transfer of value to buy other coins or token while Bitcoin as only as a store of value and always buying the dip? I'm not clear on what the question he's asking there is. I'm not clear on your question, Adams, but here's the thing, guys. We're here to make money, okay? If there's money to be made, we should look at that opportunity. We should not be sitting here worried about if Bitcoin is a store of value or if it's a transfer of value or anything. We're here to look for coins that have a potential to go up in value, and we put a small bet on it. And if we're wrong, that small bet is not going to hurt us. And if we're right, there's a potential to make, 10x, 20x, 50x, whatever it is that's going to happen, okay? But don't sit there and worry about that, okay? Put your 1 or 2% of your portfolio into Bitcoin or Ethereum and then just move on. Stop thinking. Don't think too deep into it, guys. Here's the thing, guys. Let me help you guys with this, okay? Well, the reason why, let me tell you guys why it's natural, guys. It's human nature to have a bias towards what we choose, okay? So let's say that our family owns a Labrador. We're naturally going to think that that's the best fucking dog on the planet, right? Hey, our dog treats us well. It loves us, right? It helps protect our family. Every time, there's some funny noise outside, the dog barks. Hey, that's part of our family, right? So we are going to have a huge bias for that lab, that golden lab versus a poodle versus a Doberman versus any other dog. We have a natural bias towards things, right? You guys watch my channel. You guys are following my channel right now. You guys are going to have a bias like, hey, Ty's channel is the best channel out there. Leon, is the best out there, right? These guys keep it real. These guys are the best, right? And we appreciate that. And that's called a bias because we tend to have a bias towards things that we like, right? So if we buy Bitcoin, right, there's one place on the planet where you don't want to be biased, okay? And that's in trading and investing. You don't want to be biased about anything, okay? About anything. I hate the stupid fucking iPhones. I think they're a piece of garbage. I use Samsung phones, and Leon uses iPhones because he's an iOS developer. He's a software engineer for iOS. So he loves every freaking Apple product that comes out, he buys it, right? So, obviously, he and I are the founders of our company and David. So every time I see Apple come out with some new fucking bullshit, right? I already know that we're about to spend some company money on that fucking doodad because Leon's going to buy it, right? New laptops, new phones, new iWatches, right? Every time Apple comes out with some shit, I know that I'm about to lose, the company's about to lose some money because I know he's going to go get it, right? So here's the thing, guys, right? As much as I don't give a shit about Apple products, right? I still like trading their stocks because you know why? Because there's opportunity to make fucking money in there. That's why, right? I don't give a shit about their products, but if there's an opportunity to make money in their stocks, I'll go fucking trade that shit and I'll go invest my money into that. Okay? So you can't be biased, guys, in crypto or investing, in trading, anything. Like we used to like, Leon and I, we used to love gold and silver and all that shit. But then when crypto came along, hey, it was real quick. We got our money out of that and fucking put it into crypto, right? Don't be biased, guys, when it comes to making money. If there's an opportunity to make money, go for it, right? Don't be biased and don't be stuck on one coin. Now, you guys will sometimes hear a conflict when I'm broadcasting. Sometimes you'll hear me talk about Bitcoin, how great it is. And then you look at my portfolio and you're like, hey, Ty, you're talking about how Bitcoin's going to change the world, but you only have 1% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. Everything else is in all these other coins, right? And that's right, because I'm able to separate what my change the world philosophies are. I can separate, or at least I try to, right? I try to separate my philosophy from my money-making activities, okay? Over here is my change the world. I want to change the world ideology, philosophy, and approach. And over here is my money-making approach, okay? My wife and kids don't give a shit what I think about Bitcoin or crypto over here. My wife and kids, all they give a shit about is that I make money and come home and pay the bills so they can live the lives that they want to live, okay? That's all they give a shit about, okay? And that's how it should be. That's why you'll hear me at one side talk about how Bitcoin is going to change the world and how the technology is revolutionary and everything. And then you look at my portfolio and I only have a small portion of it in Bitcoin. That's because on my money-making side, I'm focused on making money. I'm here to make money. And then secondarily, if I can help change the world, I will. But primarily, I got to pay the bills and take care of my wife and kids first, okay? So, and I don't forget that. Okay. CoinHawk Crypto says, what stops the government from buying up most of the Bitcoin? That's what I think is happening. Why would you give a shit about what people are doing? Why CoinHawk, why are you worried about the government buying up Bitcoin? The government buys up fucking crack. They buy up heroin to fund their shit. Who gives a shit? They want to buy 1 million Bitcoins? Let them. Let's say that the government comes and announces they're going to buy 1 million Bitcoins. How is that going to change your actions, right? Are you going to change what you do because of what the government does, right? Or is it because you understand what Bitcoin, what cryptocurrencies can do to the world, to the financial world, and how it can change, disrupt that world, and then you invest into it because it has that potential to make that disruption, right? Why are you worried about what the government does for? Hey, guys, right? I'm going to tell you guys this. I meet people all the time. They're worried about the Freemasons. They're worried about these secret societies, the Rosicrucians. They're worried about these government conspiracies. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Because you know why? Because no Freemason is ever going to pay my bills, right? No government is ever going to pay my bills. You know who's responsible for paying my bills? yours truly right here. Me, that's who. Getting off my ass and going and doing the shit that it takes to pay my bills. That's who's responsible, okay? I don't give a fuck if the government wants to buy all that shit. Who gives a shit? I don't see how that affects me. You know, when I was buying stocks, think about this, guys. If I was buying stocks, if I was trading or investing to Apple stocks, do I give a shit if the government's buying up Apple stocks? Who cares? Do your thing, guys. You can only control what you do. You cannot control what the governments do, what the secret societies do, what the haters, the trolls, or what even I do. Okay? You can't control anyone outside of you except yourself. Okay? So don't worry about what other people do. Okay? I don't know if that's the answer you were looking for, CoinHawk, but that's the answer that I'm going to provide to you. Okay? Hourglass says that Neo is centralized, working backwards to be decentralized. This is why it's more stable and won't crash from a CryptoKitties app. Okay? Now listen to this, guys. Any coin that tells you they got thousands of transactions per second, okay? Just think about this, guys. Let me share. I should make this in a different video, okay? But I'm just gonna go over it real quick, guys. The only way that a goddamn blockchain technology, any project, can have fast transaction speeds is because there's less nodes, okay? There's less nodes, guys. Look. Here's a Bitcoin node, here's a Bitcoin node, here's a Bitcoin node, and all these nodes. When this node has to broadcast to all these other nodes what they're doing, the information, and they have to take that information, process it, and once they construct a block, hash it and everything, and have to rebroadcast it out to the rest of these other nodes, that shit takes fucking time, man. Okay? That takes time. Okay? No matter how fast the internet is, no matter how fast things travel at light speed, you know, shit that's on the other side of the world, 12 hours on the other side of the world, takes time to get to this side of the world where I'm at. Okay? Somebody sends a signal over there in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City, that's 12 hours away from Dallas, Texas, right? That takes time to get over here. Okay? And when you have to broadcast that message out to thousands of nodes, that takes time. Okay? The reason why Neo, the reason why EOS, the reason why all these BitShares, all these projects that say that, oh, we have thousands of transactions per second, guys. The reason is because they don't have that fucking many nodes. Okay? Imagine if you had to relay a message to thousands of people. How long is that going to take for you to say the same message to several thousand people versus saying it to only 5 people? Okay? If you only have to relay the exact same message to 5 or 6 or 7 people, that shit fucking happens faster. That's how they get faster transaction speeds. Okay, so that shit about, oh, we got faster transaction speeds because we're you fucking special blockchain projects. Yeah, the reason why you're able to do that is because you don't have that many fucking nodes to relay the information to. That's why. Okay, that's fucking simple. That's just simple math, simple science. And if a dumbass like me, who didn't finish high school or college, can understand that shit, I don't know why some of these people talk about that. Okay, so, all right. Okay, I'm not going to get into a debate about Neo, but I will say this, okay? Hey, Hourglass and Adam Durham says they like the idea that I like to put my kids to work. Dude, hey, Asians, the only reason why Asians have kids, man, is to put them to work. Man, my dad made so much fucking money out of me and my brother. Boy, he put us to work. He didn't feed us when we didn't fucking work, okay? There was no days off. We worked from sunrise, from 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning until like 12 o'clock at night. I remember when I was in high school, I was working my ass off. I'd get home from school about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I'd go down to the shipyards and work with my dad until like 10, 11 o'clock at night and come home and have to fucking study, right? And I still pass with C's. So all these fucking dumbasses that go to school every day, don't have to go to work or no shit, and they can't even pass fucking school. I don't fucking get it, man. I don't fucking get it. You know, guys, if you haven't figured it out right now, I have very, very little tolerance for lazy motherfuckers that don't want to do shit, right? So I came here as a refugee to America, and I worked my ass off for 4 decades to get to where I'm at today. I took a lot of risk, right? So I don't tolerate all these fucking goofball snowflakes that worry about their feelings getting hurt, man. Okay. All right. So yeah, my kids are fucking lucky, man. They're not gonna have to work as they're not gonna have to do a lot of manual labor like I did growing up, right? But they I'm gonna make them work, man. They ain't getting shit for free. I ain't leaving shit to them. Just so you guys know that. You know, people always tell me, "Oh, make sure you leave your kids some money." I ain't gonna leave shit to them. I'll leave them enough to start like a trading account, but what I will leave with them is the knowledge and the education and the experience and the mistakes that I made. And that's one of the reasons why I make a lot of these videos for you guys, because unbeknownst to you guys, right, I have a selfish reason to make them, because I want to document the mistakes and the journey I made so later on my kids can watch it and learn from it, right? And if you think, oh, well, Ty, you shouldn't be using all that profanity and talk like that if you want your kids to you don't want your kids to see that, man, fuck that shit, man. If they see me how I am and they don't like it, that's their fucking problem. It's not my problem. Okay. And they need to learn that. Okay. So Jab asked Ty, with dozens of ICOs releasing every day and the number of currencies market tripling, the number of currencies is not tripling, man. The number, like last year in 2017, the number of cryptocurrencies that's being traded was increasing almost every day on CoinMarketCap, right? This year, that number is very stable, like right around 1,600. It hasn't moved very much up. It'll get to like 1,630 and then pull back because they have to delist some coins. So the number of coins that are available, that's tripling. I don't see that at all, right? Okay, how do I choose between I look at the talent, man. The first thing is I look at the talent. Like when I say I look at Charles Hoskinson, I look at Dan Larimer. These guys have built several fucking blockchain projects, man. They've learned from their mistakes, right? And it cracks me up when people say, oh, these guys are scammers, or they're just, they're pump and dump. They build this blockchain and they go on and do and make all a shitload of money and then dump it and then go on and make another blockchain, dump it and then make a shitload of money, dump it and go on and build another blockchain. That is one way to look at it, right? If you want to be a broke ass, that's how you look at it. That's one way to view the world so that you can remain a broke ass, okay? That's how dumbass, motherfucking broke ass people look at it, right? That's what in the ghetto, we call that the poverty mindset or the ghetto mindset, okay? A wealthy person that has a wealthy mindset and has an abundance mindset, right, looks at it as like, oh, these guys, Charles Hoskinson and Dan Larimer, they fucked up the first project they built. It didn't work the way they wanted to. They think that they can make it better, so they're going to go start a second project and make it better. Oh, you know what? That didn't work either. So they're going to go on to the next project and make it even better. So you want to invest in people that have made mistakes, right? You don't want to invest in people that are perfect. Like, how the fuck did they get perfect out of nowhere? Like, if I came and told you that I was a fucking consistently profitable trader and I never made any losing trades, I never made any mistakes, I never lost any trading accounts, like, why the fuck would you believe me? You mean to tell me that's like saying I learned how to ride a bicycle and never fell down once? Like, why would you believe some dumbass that says that, right? So the way that I look at these guys like Dan Larimer, like Charles Hoskinson, them guys, is that they have made mistakes, right? These guys have made so much fucking money, guys, in crypto. They started 6-7 years ago. These motherfuckers made so much money. I would be shocked if Dan Larimer or a Charles Hoskinson is worth less than a fucking $1 billion. Do you think that these guys, dude, guys, listen to this, guys, right? If you have not made $1 million yet, you may think that's a lot of money and that's all you think about. But let me tell you something. There's a certain point where you ain't fucking worried about making money no more, okay? The guys like Dan Larimer, the guys like Charles Hoskinson, the guys like Vitalik Buterin, right? These guys are beyond the point of worrying about making money, guys. You have to remember that. They cannot, if they spent $1 million each day for the rest of their life, they couldn't even do that. These guys have made so much money that it's beyond ungodly. Okay? They're beyond the moon, they're beyond Mars, they're beyond Neptune. What is that? Fucking the Voyager aircraft spacecraft that's out there floating out there, gazillions light years away from planet Earth, right? These guys are even beyond that Voyager satellite. Okay, these guys are not worried about making money anymore, guys. These guys have moved beyond. You guys ever heard of a Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Like the first thing you need is protection. You need food, water, prevent you from hunger. And then once you're able to get past that stage, then you worry about relationships, other people, having a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, and things like that. Once you get beyond that, you want to make sure that you have enough money to last you a lifetime or whatever. Once you're beyond that point, once you get to a certain amount of money, guys, making money is no longer the issue. Now it's a matter of, these guys are trying to be the ones that change the world. Okay. So I'm willing to make a small bet that Charles Hoskinson is going to succeed with his project. I'm going to make a small bet that Dan Larimer, that Vitalik Buterin, all these guys are going to change the financial world with their projects. And that's how we should look at it. Okay. We should not look at it as, oh, these guys are pumping and dumping one chain and moving on to the next project. We invest in the guys that have talent, that are learning from their mistakes and recognize what their inadequacies are, what their failures are, and they're able to reload, recoup, and get back on their feet and go do it again and make it better the next time. That's what we invest into, guys. Okay, so right, that's how you cut through that noise, Jab. Okay. Zeki Police, I'm keeping the chat where I need it to be, but it still jumps around. Okay. 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 This is the orange juice, the fresh squeezed orange juice from Whole Foods Market. It's the best orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice on the planet, man. If you guys know a better one, let me know. They didn't pay me to tell you guys that. I'm just a big fan of drinking fresh squeezed juices. Okay. Victor T asked, can we talk about Puerto Rico and how the tax regulation is for that? I'm not going to talk about that in this video because in this video, the topic is why we diversify our money across different blockchain projects. So I don't want to deviate from that. I'll talk about that in a separate one. My business partner, David Fong, he moved down there for the Act 22, and my community manager, Eric, also moved down there. So they both moved down there a couple months ago. Okay. So Vivek V, you asked about tokens, security tokens. Hey, watch my broadcast on T0 because I have like a 4-hour, the longest fucking broadcast on the planet about security tokens and about T0 on that one. So I'm not going to talk about it here. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, Zeki Police asked if I diversify into mining. I'm doing some research on it. I went and looked at some containers. There's a company that's building containers full of mining rigs, and I went and looked at it. The biggest problem is that I thought it was going to be the problem was going to get the ASICs miners and the GPUs and stuff, and that does not appear to be the problem. The problem is finding power to run a container full of miners. It sucks up about 600 amps of power, and that's not easy to find. A place that provides 600 amps of power to each container. And so if I want to run like 5 or 6 or 7 containers full of miners, it's going to be very difficult in the city that I live in because there's just not, the electricity rates are not low enough at the places where it does provide 600 amps of power, right? So, Okay. So, okay, let me get back on topic here, guys, because I don't see any. If you guys, I would appreciate if you guys keep the questions related to the topic of this video, which is why I'm diversifying my money across multiple blockchain projects. Okay. So, here's the thing, guys. We stopped at IOTA at number 9. Okay. The next one, number 10, is Tron. Okay. Now, Tron is another project that is a different blockchain. It's not like Bitcoin Cash. It's not like Litecoin. It's not like Dogecoin, Litecoin, or any of those where it's just a clone of the Bitcoin software. Okay. Tron initially used the Ethereum blockchain and the ERC20 tokens from Ethereum to do their token distribution. And I think by the end of this month, they should have their main net running, and they're going to convert everyone's Ethereum tokens into the actual Tron tokens. So it's not the same blockchain. It's a completely new blockchain. From my understanding, it's starting from scratch, right? So because of that, I put a small bet on Tron also, okay? Now, in 2017, a lot of people got into Tron because it was a low price, like sub 1 penny or 1 penny. And so a lot of the coins like Dogecoin, like Verge, like Ripple, and all those, like what I call the penny, what I put those like in the penny crypto bucket. Like all these coins were like under a penny, or they're right around a penny somewhere. And a lot of people were jumping into it because they thought, okay, I don't know much, but I'll risk $100 into this, or I'll risk $1,000. And if it ever goes up to $100 or something like that, I'm going to hit the jackpot, hit the lottery. So that's why the main reason that a lot of people were investing into these penny cryptos in 2017. The reason that I'm putting money into Tron is because it's a different type of blockchain that is different from all the other ones. So I'm diversifying my money across different types of blockchains, right, that have different technologies. I'm not like, I put money into Litecoin. I'm trying to clear this up, okay, so you guys don't misunderstand me. It may sound like I'm being contradictory by putting money into Litecoin and Dogecoin because they're the exact same thing as Bitcoin, right? And I'm putting it into Bitcoin Cash also. But the reason why I put money into those coins are a different reason, okay? And I'll make videos about that differently, okay? In this video, I want to just talk about the reasons why I put into different blockchain projects, okay? So Tron is another one that I consider to be different than Bitcoin. So I put a little bit of a small bet on that. Tether, I stay away from that. Our team has been telling people to stay away from Tether since it was like 21 million market cap. So I'm just going to skip that. Okay, that's just, it's supposed to be backed by US dollars. I don't see how they can do that. Okay, so I don't understand how they can do that. So I'm not going to put money into it. All right. Neo is another blockchain that is different. Okay, so I would also say that we put money into Neo. Now, we don't buy Neo now because we bought Neo during the ICO. Okay, so man, that was, see, let me share with you guys a story about Neo. Okay, Neo happens to be the coin that I gave Leon a shitload of hell about. I was giving him hell every day every week since we got into Neo, because the shit was in Chinese and neither one of us could read it, and we put money into it, and like a fucking idiot, right? We put money into something that we didn't even fucking know how to read the goddamn updates that they put out. Okay. And so I was giving him a hard time about this, right? For weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Okay. And guess what, guys? It turns out that out of all the cryptos that I've ever put money into, guess which one was the absolute biggest fucking winner for me ever? And nothing even comes close to being the winner that I got out of Neo. Okay, guys? It was Neo. Okay? Nothing. There's no trade that I've ever been in that has gotten me the returns that I got from putting a small bet on Neo. Okay? If I didn't place that small bet into Neo, now keep in mind, guys, Neo was what I consider to be my absolute worst, dumbest trade ever on the planet. Okay? In my opinion. Right? And I kept saying that, and I kept saying that, right? Until it became the best trade that I've ever made in my life. Okay. I don't know if there's ever going to be a trade that I ever make where I got the ROI that I did from Neo. Okay. All right. So the lesson there, guys, is that you never know which one is going to go to the moon. Okay. You place a small bet on the cryptos that you like, that you think has potential, and then you let it simmer and you let it cook and you let it brew. Okay. And you let it develop. If it doesn't work out, most of the coins that you put money into will not work out. Know that, okay? Anybody that tells you that the majority of the time they're right, they're full of shit. The majority of the time you will lose money, but it doesn't matter because you put a small bet on it, and if you lose that, it doesn't fucking kill you. But when you're right, it makes a shitload of money, and then it makes up for all the losses, okay? So, somebody said, Sam Wong asked, is Ripple a different blockchain? I guess these questions must have came later or something, or I missed it. Yeah, it's a different blockchain. And yes, you can put it on a hardware wallet. Okay, there's a special app that you have to download to store Ripple on a hardware wallet. Okay, and it works on a ledger. I don't know why this CoinHawk guy, he keeps asking about the government buying up Bitcoins. Who gives a shit, man? They can buy it all they want, right? Why would the government, listen to this, CoinHawk, I don't know if this question that he put up there came after my response or became before or what. But here's the thing, guys. I've seen this question like 3 times from the same person, guys. Listen, guys. Think about this, guys. All this bullshit government conspiracy theories needs to fucking stop. And if it doesn't stop, it doesn't fucking matter. Because how does that make you money? First of all, guys, all this bullshit conspiracy about the US government trying to take down Bitcoin or take down this shit, why the fuck would they do some shit like that? Why? Why would they? America is a superpower, guys. The advantage that America has is that it has better technology, it has better infrastructure, it has better information, the spread of information, and they're willing to accept new technologies and new ideas. That's how the fuck America produces companies like Google, Facebook, Netscape, Oracle, Cisco, Dell Computers, Microsoft. You don't see any other fucking countries producing companies like that, billion-dollar companies like that. Where do you see, tell me one other country that has produced a company like Facebook, like Google, like Apple. The reason why America is the way it is because of the culture here. They're willing to adapt and accept and try out new things, guys, right? So this idea that the US government is going to try to, why the fuck would they try to squash a goddamn industry that went from $30 billion last year to $850 billion market cap? Do you think, just think about this, guys, if you were running your country and you had a technology that grew from 20 to $850 billion in 1 year, do you think that you're going to go out of your way to stop that shit? The countries that stop that shit, those are the countries that nobody fucking pays attention to. And companies like Facebook and Google and Uber and Apple will never grow in those countries. That's why those countries are fucking poor ass as shit. Okay? America is not out to destroy new technology. Okay? It's here to adopt new technology, and they want to make sure that it follows the laws and the regulations of the country. That's what they're doing. Okay? You can't blame the government organizations, right? You have to understand that the SEC, my understanding is that they're responsible for the stock market and stuff. So they want to make the regulations for it, so they're in control of it. The CFTC in America, the Commodities and Futures Trading Commission or whatever it is, right? They're responsible for regulating the commodities. So guess what? They're going to fight and elbow the SEC and say that Bitcoin and crypto is a commodity, just like gold, oil, silver, wheat, soybean. Why? Why are they doing that? So they could be the ones who regulate it, right? The FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Agency, they're saying that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are a currency Why are they saying that? Why are they jumping in to the fight to say that? Because they want to be the ones who regulate it. Each agency wants to be the one that regulates cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, okay? And that we have to be aware of that, right? Because if it's not a currency, then FinCEN can't regulate it. If it's not a commodity, then the CFTC does not have jurisdiction to regulate it, right? If it's not a security, then the SEC doesn't have the authority, the jurisdiction to regulate it. So all these government agencies are elbowing each other out the way so they can get the authority. They have the ability, the power to regulate cryptocurrencies in America, right? But that does not mean that they want to destroy cryptocurrencies. It does not mean that they want to destroy Bitcoin. It does not mean that they want to take it down. That is not the case at all. The fight is to see which government agency gets to regulate cryptocurrencies and set the laws for it, okay? That's what they're fighting for. And don't mistake that for them trying to take down the system. They're not trying to take down the system. They're trying to fight each other to see who gets to regulate it, okay? So there's a big difference there, right? So stop thinking that the government is trying to buy up the Bitcoins, drive the price up, drive the price down. It's none of that stupid shit, okay? We're about making money from it, okay? Should we be using multiple hardware wallets, right? This is an off-topic question, but anytime it's a computer security related question, I will answer. Yes, the answer is yes. Whatever money you have, you should, like if you have $100,000, put half your Bitcoins on the Trezor, half a Bitcoin, the other half on a ledger, right? In case one gets hacked in the future for some whatever reason, you don't lose everything, okay? Remember, all this technology is new, guys. So we still don't know if it's 100% safe yet until somebody hacks it, okay? Okay, let me see. Oh, man, fucking shit, lost it again. Okay, Freeson Viali, he asked, how long do you hold to a coin in your portfolio? 1 year minimum? It depends on your personal financial needs, man, okay? People ask me all the time, when do I sell? When do I sell? How long do I hold it for? That length of time you hold on to a coin and when you sell it depends upon your financial needs. It depends upon you, not the market, not me, not the next trader, not somebody else. It's you, okay? If you need $10,000 or $20,000 to buy a car, right? Then that's when you need to sell because you need it because you don't have a car, you don't have transportation. If you're sick and tired of, your toothache and you need to replace a tooth or get a crown or fix your tooth or something and it costs $2,000, right? Then you need to take profits and fix that shit, right? And not worry about what somebody else is making, okay? So for me, I hold things now. Starting in 2018, I hold things for longer than a year because I want to pay the least amount of taxes as possible for it, and I want to get long-term capital gains. That's the first reason. The second reason is that I don't need to sell it. I already took out enough profits to where I don't have to sell anything for the next few years, okay? I already took out enough to pay all my bills for the next few years. I don't need to sell anything right now, right? I can sit there and hold on and hodl with a strong hand, right, to my coins, okay? Okay, Function asked, thinking about putting $10 into 100 tiny cap coins and hoping to find the next XVG. What do you think of that strategy, right? I don't see anything wrong with it, but the thing that I would rather do is instead of 100, I might cut that down to like 30 or 40. There's really no reason to do 100, okay? So, and then I would just put like, instead of $10 into 100, I would personally just put like $30 into like 30 or 40. Because the reason is there's too many to keep track of. Like you're gonna end up losing half that shit because you can't keep track of it all. And most of it you can't put in a hardware wallet. So let's just say that if it does do a 90X and you put $10 in there and it goes up to, let's say $9,000 or $10,000, right? And if you lose it, then you would not have made any profits, okay? So Lorenz Guilds asked, what's the best strategy to spread your portfolio, please? How to spread it out? I'm talking about right here. I've been talking about it for the last 2 hours, okay? All right, guys. So we're at Neo, new Neo. Now I'm gonna go a little bit faster, guys, because I've talked about a dozen of these already, and you guys understand the concept and the idea of what I consider a different blockchain. Okay. So for example, let me make it clear, guys. Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, and things like that, they're a different coin, but not a different blockchain. It's the same blockchain as Bitcoin, okay, with a few features, okay, new features and stuff. So I don't. So I would not consider that a different. I should say that's a different type of coin. It's not a different type of blockchain. Okay, so Dash, that's the same thing. Not that much different. Now Monero is a different blockchain. It's a different type of blockchain. So I would consider that to be a different blockchain. Binance Coin, that's not it. Let me just go down the list here, guys. So I don't see. Oh, BitShares. BitShares is another type of different blockchain. The only problem I have with BitShares is that it's one of those things, guys, where okay, they have accomplished everything that they set out to accomplish. Like they said, hey, we have faster transactions and all this other stuff. And they've had multiple years in existence and they have multiple opportunities to be huge. Okay. And they haven't. So that's the only problem that I have with BitShares. Okay. I used to own BitShares, and I got rid of it because it's like, okay, you claim to be a badass blockchain, and you I don't know. It's you know what, I might put a small bet back in BitShares. I put it in there before, but I took it out to go do something else because it did huge in 2017. It went from like nothing, less than a penny, to it went from less than a penny to almost $1, somewhere in the 80-cent range, right? So it's not too bad, but it's just one of those things where I was expecting that, I put money into it. I was expecting it to be in the dollar range, like, like $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 already, because it's supposedly supposed to do all the fast transactions, the high volume throughput and everything. And then it's still not being used a lot. So to me, that's like the market saying that it doesn't want it for some reason. I don't know what the reason is, but it's like, okay, you claim to do all these things. The world knows about it. You're out in the market, and the market is aware that you do all these things, but how come the market doesn't value you higher? Okay. And it's like one of those things that, okay, now Waves is a different type of blockchain. Okay, we got into their ICO, right? It's a different type of blockchain right there. So, okay, so a lot of these that's going down, guys, some of them are very new, so I'm not 100% clear on it, so I can't speak with confidence on it. But the ones that I have spoken about, I know that they're a different type of blockchain, that I would consider them a different type of blockchain that I would put money into. Okay, so hopefully that helps you guys understand why we diversify our money across different blockchain projects. In addition to different coins, we use different blockchain projects. Okay, so okay. Let me answer this question for. I happen to have met Crypto Dog in person in Dallas at one of our events. So let me see here. He says he has a question for me on Twitter. So okay. Let me see what the question he has is. Okay, so Crypto Dog has a question about our cryptocurrency investing blueprint, the pre-sale that we currently have right now, and we're offering it to 250 people, and it costs $4,000. And he's saying that basically he's saying that it's worth 4,000. It's not worth every. He's not saying it's not worth every penny, and the insights that you're having is valuable. But he says, how can the millennials purchase it? Right? Millennials make up the majority, and less than 10% have $10,000 in savings. Millennials are the ones buying crypto because we see it as another way. Okay, so here's the reason why our products are priced the way it is, guys. Let me explain to you guys this, okay? So we don't just randomly put a price on our products just out of nowhere, like out of just random, okay? Many years ago, like over a decade ago, okay, when I first got out of prison, okay, I was trying to get back on my feet. I went and I tried to network with different millionaires and different traders, different stock traders, different real estate investors, different people that I thought was making really good money. And none of them ever wanted to really network with me that much, never spend time with me. And I found out later on, okay, that the reason why they would not take the time to help me, okay, because I kept thinking like, dude, you know, like, hey man, you've made it, you know, you've become a millionaire, you've become financially free, you know, hey man, I'm a struggling dude. I just, you know, got out. I need some help getting on my feet. You know, can you show me what you're doing so that you can help me get on my feet, you know? And these people just did not bother helping me, right? And then I went and I invested into, I ran across some people that knew how to trade stocks, and I paid them some money, okay? The first time I paid it was the first time I ever paid anybody to teach me how to make money, right? And I remember paying like $5,000. And then all of a sudden, I met these guys, these people, and they started helping me. And they started showing me what to do. And then I noticed that they were not reluctant. They would introduce me to other people that made money, right? And I started to access a network of people and started to get to meet other people. And when they found out that I had paid to get educated in trading and investing, right, they realized that I was serious, okay? And later on, as I became a good trader, I started, you know, I was hired to coach other people and teach people how to trade, okay? And what I realized from my years, and I did that from 2010 all the way to 2000, and I did that for 6-7 years, right? And I noticed I keep track of all the people, the results, and you know, being a teacher and being an educator and being someone that's a trader. You know, obviously, I'm very competitive. You know, I don't like to see the people that I'm coaching or I'm working with suck at what they do. You know, I don't like to see my students lose money. You know, because that's a reflection on me. And what I noticed that the people over the years since I started learning how to trade, I started learning how to trade in 2007 formally. Okay, I learned before then, but formally started in 2007. And over the years, I have helped out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of traders and investors. Okay, I can't remember all the people that I helped learn how to trade stocks, futures, forex, and options. And there was one unifying and underlying theme that I noticed from working with all these people in the past is that when they don't have any skin in the game, they won't fucking do what you show them. And that's the reality. And no matter how much I want to help out everyone, I cannot help out everyone. I don't have enough time, and our team does not have the time to help out every person that wants to learn from us. We can only spend time. And so we made a decision. Are we going to try to help as many people as we can? Or are we going to help out, or are we going to spend that time helping out the people that are serious about learning how to trade and invest in the markets. Okay. And we made a decision that, hey, you know what? We're doing this for fun because we already made enough money from trading and investing to retire on. So if we're going to help other people, we listed a list of criteria that we want people that's not a pain in the ass. We're going to work with people that are a bunch of fucking goddamn snowflakes, right? We're not going to work with people that blame others for their results, right? So we decided to make a decision to price all our products and services at a price point where the people that we want to work with are going to come through. Okay. So this 250 units that we made available to 250 people for the release of our cryptocurrency investing blueprint version 1.0, right? It's designed so that we work with you for a year follow-up after you get into the program. Okay. I don't want no jackass calling me up in the middle of the night. I don't want no stupid ass that wants to blame me for their responsibility calling me at 10 o'clock at night. My clients have my cell number and they can call me at any time. And when they call me, I want to be able to answer it because it's a real fucking question that deals with their trading and investing. And I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind answering the phone, okay, my cell phone, to help my clients and the people that are doing what I show them to do, right? I have no problem with that. They can call me at 1 o'clock, and if I happen to be up, I'll answer the goddamn phone, okay? I'm not like those stupid asses that, you know, that say they're going to help someone, and then when they call me, I ignore the phone calls, okay? I don't do that stupid shit, okay? You can ask any of my hundreds of trading students, you know, they all have my cell number, and I haven't changed my cell number since I started using cell phones, right? I remember some of the other trading coaches like, oh, man, you know, I ain't giving out my cell number because I don't want nobody calling me. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot, man. If somebody's calling you because they have a real question and they don't want to lose their money and you have the answer that can help them, why the fuck don't you goddamn answer the goddamn phone and tell them the answer? You know what I'm saying? So the way that, because I have to spend personal time to help each person, I only have so much time in a day, okay? I cannot be helping everybody that's a whining little fucking baby, okay, with their trading, okay? This is how it's done. Go fucking do it. And if you have any questions about it, come back and ask me, right? Give me a call. Don't give somebody else a call. Give me a call directly so I can help you figure it out, okay? So that's the reason why we have it the way it is, okay? And, you know, we don't have to do this, but if we are going to do it, right, we're only going to work with the people that we want to work with, okay? And I don't have time to sit there and filter out and interview each person that wants to get into our cryptocurrency investing blueprint and wants to get into our coaching and our follow-up and things like that, right? You know, I don't want people I don't want to work with. So that's the reason why it is the way it is, so that we deal directly with the people that are serious about it. And I have learned from coaching people in the stock, futures, forex, and options market that if the price is too low, I get all these fucking idiots that I don't want to work with, right? They want to blame me for every goddamn thing that they do, right? And I don't have time for that shit. I have time to work with the people that are very serious about it and are willing to do what we show them and don't bitch, whine, and complain about it. And that's not going to be a cancer to my life. That's going to be a contributor. Somebody that I can help become a better trader, and they're going to turn around and help me take my trading game to the next level once they learn how to do it. Okay? So that's the reason. Okay? All right. I hope that answers your question there, Crypto Dog, right? Crypto Dog also asked, which niche tokens do I like? I like privacy coins because I think that's a huge use case for anybody. You know, somebody wants to buy, you know, their heart medication, or some dude wants to order a bra online and not let the rest of the world know that he ordered a bra or some girl's panties or something, or he wants to order some marijuana online. That should be his personal choice. He shouldn't have to be monitored by other government agencies and other, you know, spies and surveillance to do whatever they want to do in their personal lives that don't affect anybody around them. Okay, so All right. So, okay, guys. You know, Sergey Kling asked, what projects are you looking to invest in next, and some new coins under 100 million market cap, you know? And here's the thing, guys, right? You guys know that I've invested, you know, for the last 5 years. So I have a very big portfolio of a wide variety of coins already. So it takes a lot. Like, in order for me to get into a new coin, guys, right? I have to ask myself, like, is it worth it giving up my Bitcoins or my Ethers or any other coin, or my Neo or my Stratus or my Waves or my Ether Classics for this new coin that hasn't been proven yet and hasn't even been put on a, so every week I'm talking to projects, and like I talked to a project just yesterday. I'm not going to say who it is, right? But they're doing an ICO and they're asking me if I want to invest into it. And it's, you know, it's a legit project and everything. What the problem they're trying to solve is a legit problem, right? But I'm thinking like, okay, they're new to the market. I don't even know if they're going to even get listed on an exchange. Look at Bitcoin Private. Bitcoin Private is an airdrop, and they had hell, 3, 4, 5 months of hell trying to get on a goddamn exchange. So imagine these coins that are doing an ICO, like the exchanges are scared shitless. All the exchanges like Binance, Bitfinex, Bitstamp, Kraken, all these huge exchanges, Bittrex, Coinbase, all these fucking exchanges are making over $1 million fucking dollars a goddamn day. Okay, over $1 million a day. Some of them are making $2-3 million a day. I mean, just do the math, guys. If they do over $1 billion worth of transactions a day, they get 0.25% of that, right? 0.25% of $1 billion is $2.5 million a day. Okay, you think that these exchanges, if you just think about this, guys, if you were the exchange and you were making $2.5 million a day, are you going to risk listing a coin that's new, that's going to get you in trouble for listing a security coin, right? And listing an unregistered security, and you get your whole business shut down, and you're making $1 million, $2 million a day? You ain't going to take that chance. That's why we only have 1,600 cryptocurrencies right now. And it's been in last year, in just a few months, we had hundreds of cryptocurrencies get listed. And then this year, it's been 6 months already in this year, and we've only had a handful of cryptocurrencies get listed on new exchanges. The reason why is because these exchanges are scared shitless to lose their exchange. If the SEC sends a letter to one of the exchanges to shut their ass down and stop doing business, they have no choice. They have to shut down. They're not like you and I as a one person, guys. They will be shut down if they get a letter from one of these law enforcement agencies to shut down. They have to shut down. They can't operate like that. They'll go to prison. Okay, so they're not going to take the risk of listing a new, like all the coins they have listed now. They can say, "Oh, I didn't know," right? But the SEC has already came out with guidelines and all this stuff, so you can't say you don't know no more. Okay, you can't say that because they've already issued the guidelines that some of these coins are securities, unregistered securities. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm not in a rush to look for new coins. I just look at the coins that's already on the exchange, that's been out for 4 or 5 years, and maybe I haven't paid attention to them because I've been busy with all these new ICOs and coins in 2017. But now I'm going back to the ones that have been out, that have already started working on it. Now I don't have to, am I going to pay a higher price? Did they go up 10, 20x already from the ICO? I don't give a shit, because if the project has merit and it has value, if it goes up another 100x, 20, 30x, I'm still happy with that. Okay, so don't think that just because it's already gone up 10 to 20x that it's done, right? So, okay, guys, right? I hope that makes some type of sense, guys. There's no more questions, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. If you guys like these types of analysis that I'm doing, go check out our cryptocurrency investing blueprint that's on sale right now, right? We're taking 250 pretty much applicants or traders or investors that are serious so that we can work with you directly, okay? Go check it out on our site at www.cryptocurrency.market. And then check out our cryptocurrency investing blueprint there. If you like this type of broadcast, give us a thumbs up. If you don't give us a thumbs up and give us a dislike, right? There's 2 people who dislike this, what I said today. Ain't that some shit? I sat here for 2 hours giving away free information and free content about the mistakes that I made, and you still got 2 jackasses, 2 dumbass, broke-ass motherfuckers that gave me a thumbs down. And that's a good lesson for everyone, guys, that you can't please everybody, and you should stop trying to please everyone, right? Because no matter what you say or what I say, there's always going to be dumbass, broke motherfuckers out there that fucking will still dislike you, okay? And who gives a shit because they don't pay your fucking bills, okay? Anytime you catch yourself feeling bad or worried about, oh, what if he doesn't like me, or what if they say this about me or whatever, fuck them, okay? Because they don't fucking pay your bills, okay? Stop worrying about the dumb motherfuckers out there that don't pay your goddamn bills, right? Because, you know, when you're in a hospital like I was for 3 heart attacks, those dumb 2 motherfuckers that gave me a thumbs down, right, for sharing my mistakes with them so they don't make the same goddamn mistakes, those 2 dumb cocksuckers ain't never going to come visit me in the goddamn hospital. If I was in prison for drugs or for some stupid shit, you know, those dumb motherfuckers ain't going to come in there and visit me or send me commissary money. So that's the reason why I always say, guys, stop worrying about people that don't pay your fucking bills and don't help you get ahead in life, okay? Those dumb, broke-ass motherfuckers ain't never going to do shit. They're going to still remain brokeless. They're still going to be broke. They're still going to be flat-ass broke and ain't going to go no fucking where in life, you know? Any dumb motherfuckers that give somebody a thumbs down for helping them get ahead, those dumb motherfuckers, you don't need to listen to them or pay attention to them, okay? So good luck, guys. Thanks for joining me on this video, right? And Yasan Hussein asked if I'm going to do another boot camp next year. I don't know, guys. We did the boot camp so that we can video it and we can. Here's the thing, guys. We know that there are people out there that want to learn from us and learn from the mistakes we made and learn from our experience in crypto in the last 5 years, right? We started the first Bitcoin and cryptocurrency trading and investing channel on the fucking goddamn planet that we know of, okay? I don't know anybody else that was talking about trading or investing into cryptocurrencies or Bitcoins, right, 5 years ago. In 2014, when Ethereum had their crowd sale, there was not one motherfucker out there that was telling people to invest into it, okay, except for us that I know of, okay? They might have done it in Chinese. They might have done it in Arabic or some shit. I don't fucking know. I know that in English, we searched online, there was nobody telling people to invest into Vitalik. We did. We had the balls to do it back in 2014. We had the balls to do it, tell people to invest in a Bitcoin in 2013. We had the balls to tell people to invest into NXT when it first came out in the beginning of 2014 and a bunch of other projects, okay? And the reason is because we understood the space. We were traders in the traditional markets already, okay? And that's how we were able to tell people. And we know that a lot of people value our experience and our knowledge and want to learn from our mistakes so they don't make the same mistakes and waste time learning it, you know, because, you know, I wish that there was a cryptocurrency investing blueprint available in 2012, 2013, so I didn't have to figure it out, you know, so I didn't have to lose my fucking ass off in crypto to figure it out, okay? So we know that, right? We did the boot camps so we can film it, and then we can provide those video so the cryptocurrency investing blueprint is a video recording of the entire 4-day boot camp. And we're providing that to the people at a lower cost for the people who could not attend the boot camp, who could not get a visa, who couldn't, for whatever reason, they couldn't attend the boot camp. That's what the cryptocurrency investing blueprint is for. It's the video recording of the entire 4-day boot camp. And we share every fucking goddamn thing we know about cryptocurrency investing in it. That's the whole recording. I made that for those people who are serious about it. I made it so that my future, you know, my kids, in case something happens to me, they can go look at that and saw how dad did it, right? And then they can make money themselves. I don't need to leave money to my kids or to anyone, to you or to anyone. But what I can do is leave the knowledge and the experience and the education on how to do it so that you have a map, a guideline, and a roadmap on how to do it, okay? That's what the blueprint is for, okay? Yasan Hussein asked if we're going to do a boot camp next year. We've done 2 boot camps in the U.S., one in Los Angeles and one in Dallas. We did one in Los Angeles last year, and then we did one this year in Dallas, right? Then if we do another one next year, I know I'm almost for certain, unless something changes, I know for certain that with the things that are in our schedule, we're not going to be able to do another one this year, okay? So if we do another one, it will have to be next year. And if we do another one next year, my goal is to do it either in Vietnam, in Malaysia, or in Singapore. Okay, I'm from Vietnam, right? I want to be able to do it somewhere in Vietnam, if possible, so that I can bring this knowledge and this experience and these skills to my people in Vietnam. Okay, I think that the best thing that I could possibly do for my country and my people in Vietnam is to share with them the knowledge, okay, of how this is done, okay, the way to invest in the financial markets, because in Vietnam, they don't have a reliable source for traders and investors, okay, and because, either their English is not good or they don't fully understand the mechanics of how the financial markets work, and I want to be the person that brings it over there to them so that they understand, and my goal is to make sure that they understand how to do it so that more people can benefit from it. So more than likely, if we do another boot camp, more than likely it'll be next year sometime. And if it is next year, more than likely, my goal is to do it outside the US, because the last 2 that we did, the last 2 cryptocurrency investing boot camps that we did inside the US, there was a ton of people that wanted to attend the boot camps and they couldn't, okay? And they couldn't do that because they could not get a visa to come to the US for whatever reason. Whatever country they're from, they're not allowed to enter the US easily. And so because of that, I'd like to do one outside the US so that more people can attend it, okay? More because inside the US, there's just some countries that cannot come to the US, okay? So that's the reason, okay? So thanks for joining me on this broadcast, guys. Go check out the cryptocurrency investing blueprint on our site at www.cryptocurrency.market. And thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And this will conclude the broadcast.